Guys, how's it going? What we're looking at today? Well, this one, it sounded unique. HEMPEROR from New Belgium. This one is 7% by volume, and it is a combination, new kind of hoppy beer blending hemp with hops for a complete sensory domination. Bottle cap looks something like that, and I'm going to open it with the Happy Butler that I got from the horny one himself. Hornet Fixer. Actually, it hasn't even opened yet, and I can already smell it. Wow, that was easy. Holy shit. It's very unique. I smelled like someone put their shit into my beer. Cheers. Dude, I got the munchies. Just kidding. Well, it's got a like a sweetness up front. First thing you notice it is that flows across your palate. And then right behind that is that mix between, it's got a real earthiness to it. Like the garden club just came over and soaked their shit in my beer. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of all those fresh hops that I was telling you guys about. I mean, I have like a quarter of a paper bag filled with fresh hops that storing in a cool, dark place, sealing them up in bags so that I can, maybe use them some year. And if I were to take and just like stuff them into a decent beer, I'm kind of getting that. Definitely kind of a weird. I mean, a good weird, but a different, not really weird, I guess, just different compared to what I'm used to. There's that hoppiness or fresh hops that you're getting, and for that, it comes off completely different than like licking a pine tree or the whole grapefruit. It's usually associated with a really heavy IPA. Of course, this isn't an IPA, it's an HPA. Definitely smooth. There's really I'm getting that kind of a little bit of a drier, like, charge right in the middle, but it kind of goes away very quickly, and then you get that almost like, I guess, the hemp and the hops. Yeah, another day of light rain, then that switched to snow, and it just kind of did that all day. It was never enough that there was one point where you might say it's kind of a whiteout, but it only lasts for like maybe 30 seconds. Then it just went into this like irritating thing. Then the sun came out for a little while, and I'm freezing my ass off wearing, I don't even know what the... Hey Google, what's the temperature right now?
In Duluth right now, it's 37.
Yeah. So at one point in time, I actually got rid of, I was down to a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a jacket. See, I took and another light jacket, and I took. See, I could just grab something heavy because yeah, I'm in Minnesota. I have a couple of parkas and all, but when you're working, I just like to layer up because like in this particular moment, I ran and grabbed some supplies, grabbed some lunch, got Greg a hamburger, and I had a salad, and. By the time I got back, the sun was out, and I was like, shit, you could, if you were working, like for me anyway, because it must have hit like 40 or 45 degrees, I could have actually been in a t-shirt working comfortably. So I was just like, I was actually looking forward to sitting down and having a comfortable lunch, maybe inside the house where we have the salamander heater, at least down in the basement, so the heat's radiating upstairs and dissipating the fumes that start to give you a massive headache. And Greg's like, well, the sun's out, let's just sit outside and have lunch. Yeah, let's do that. Like 2 bites into my salad, and it went overcast and actually started to snow. HPA. Oh, before I get into the comments, quick life hack. Have any of you guys ever tried these Blue Diamond almonds? I really like the wasabi and soy sauce, and then I picked up the habanero barbecue, which thankfully is fairly light on the barbecue. The barbecue, it's got to be the real goddamn thing or forget about it. Like barbecue chips, nah, not really a fan of them. So thankfully this wasn't real, I was talking about the nutritional value of eating nuts. Joey would know all about that. Oh, and help to lower the risk of heart attacks. But, so thankfully it's not real heavy on the barbecue, but get both of these and then do a 50-50 mix. If you take like 3 of the wasabi soy sauce, take 3 of the habaneros, and then eat them together. That is living. So, and this is a really big thing, just remember, you learned it here first. Mr. Holster, before the first comment is read, now, any bitching on your behalf should be null and void, because I'm retiring the butler. He was kind of a poor performer today. Because in a normal brew review, not like a high quality extra brew review like this one, they would just drink 1 beer and then move on and it'd be all over. Me, hell, 8 minutes in where everybody else is tapping out, we're going in for another one, and I'm gonna open it with the AK-47, and as you see, the AK never lets you down. Okay, missing out on the I Heart Club, but worth mentioning because he's usually funnier than hell. It was Bearded CB, I Heart Beer, and Cowbell. How about I pour you a beer and then fire up the sub pump? Johnny Concho was actually first on the Dragon's Milk. I'm telling you, I'm really, this year's batch of Dragon's Milk bourbon barrel aged is it's pretty damn good. I was feeling like shit yesterday, and came home and jumped on the couch and grabbed my heaviest comforter and went to my safe place. I grabbed the Desert Eagle and watched the Velocity channel, and I was like sitting there for like 15 minutes, and I finally just said, you know what, I gotta have me a dragon's milk. So it's amazing how that was so much better than, say, a lemon zinger tea or you know, a hot toddy. Ended up having one of those too during or at the end of, in the middle of Jim's show last night. Aunt Keck, boom. Aunt Keck, ah fuck. I'm guessing that boom and the fuck happened somewhere between thinking you were the first comment and realizing Johnny Concho was... I could just see the look on his fucking face when he hits the refresh button. Boom! Refresh. Johnny Concho, and then his comment. Ah, fuck. Ben N. Third. Aunt Keck, well done, Johnny Concho. Well done. Aunt Keck, up at the mountain compound, hunting ranch, internet sucks, but plenty of bourbon. 2 thumbs up. Then Smart Money added, Eric only know about Brokeback Mountain. Now you have him excited. Oh, excuse me. Bearded CB, 4 views and I'm 7th. Man, this is a tough crowd. Bearded CB, oh yeah, Dragon's Milk, good stuff. Spendy, but worth it. No, it was cheaper than the 1050, except for I think the Dragon's Milk was a 6-pack though, if memory serves. I'm trying to think of how many I've had more than 4. So yeah, Dragon's Milk had to have been a 6-pack because we drank together, which is a good thing because at least I'm not drinking alone. And I have one of the Narwhal, which I guess after watching a channel that I follow, DDE, Daily Driven Exotics, this 18 or 19-year-old, not the guy, not Damien who that runs the channel, but one of his really good friends, you know, is one of these guys. He's like 18 or 19 years old. I don't know how this shit happens. I don't know. Sometimes it just be, I mean, maybe you just feel depressed going, man, I thought about that 10 years ago. He's like an 18 or 19-year-old kid, and he has a Lamborghini Huracan, and I thought that was it until I was watching one of the videos, and they were in his garage, which looks nicer than, I mean, it doesn't even look like a garage. It looks like an underground fucking bunker, and in there was like 6 or 7 more exotic cars. I mean, hats off. I wish, actually, I suppose if I would have played my cards right, at this moment in time, you know, hindsight, you know, they always say hindsight is 20/20. It'd almost be fun. John Solar, if you see this, and I forget, this the topic for blog radio tomorrow, well, not blog radio, fuck blog radio, for Locked and Loaded, is I wanted to have a chat with the boys and whoever shows up in the chat room, kind of what your preparedness looks like for the changing of the seasons. Like for me, my garage is a clusterfuck, which is not really a garage, it's more like a shed with a really big door, because the only way you're putting anything in there is for it to, I mean, I could get my truck in there. It just means that I'd have to take my topper off, and I'd have to have nothing in the garage. The last time we had a vehicle in the garage was, we had our Blazer in there when we bought this house, and I've stored Samantha's sports car. I think I stored it in there 3 winters in a row. Now she's a big girl and she can store her own shit. But yeah, it's a clusterfuck. So my routine starts with getting the lawnmower packed away and the snowblower pulled out, that kind of thing. But what would be fun to do? Where the hell was that last comment? Now I've completely drawn a blank in talking about what tomorrow's show is about. damn it. Well, if it comes back to me, it was a really good idea. Not having a guest, but actually having some topics that we can kind of interact with. You know, things that, like for instance, tomorrow's show. I realize that some of you living down south, your idea of being prepared for winter is watching poor dumb sons of bitches like me move my snowblower out and put the lawnmower away. But, yeah. Wow, I love getting old. Maybe I should have more alcohol. Okay, maybe it'll come back to me. Ed is 6th, where he says he is. Smile Money, top 10, being correct. Ed, yep, I have to agree, eat beautiful eyes, cheers. Oof, they were. Ed, I just love Dragon's Milk. I have to say, I just love this batch. I mean, it wasn't like a limited edition or anything like that, but it just this one just came off really good. Smile Money, inducted into the deplorables or sentenced. Well, yeah, it could be one of both, yeah. Bearded CB, here because the descriptive beer reviews. Phew. We love the entertainment value of the rest of the show, and of course, the Brew Babe. James Crunk, awesome bottle opener, Eric. Another great brew review. I've added a new word to my vocabulary: freaking libtards. Yeah, it's, you know, it's, I don't know how else. I mean, I've been told, my eldest, she's like, you know, you actually might, you usually have a fairly persuasive argument, and usually look at, you know, at least peek around the curtain at the other side of the argument. I mean, they're wrong, but still, to take both sides into account is sometimes a good thing. But yeah, she informed me one time that my ability to argue, or to at least try to sway somebody from, say, the liberal side over to the right side. Well, you understand what I'm saying. She's like, you could use libtard and dumbfuck and idiot and non-American and words like that, you know, might actually help to further your cause. And I've tried over the years. I've tried, but I mean, the fact is, and anybody that actually is a fan of Dr. Savage knows where I get that from, and that would be, liberalism is a mental disorder. It is a brain problem. I mean, seriously, am I missing something? I realize I'm preaching to the choir, but it seems like most of the shit that comes out of some of these, James, libtards' mouths, you just go, where is the logic? I mean, first of all, socialism has failed everywhere that it has been tried. But yet, you know, Bernie Sanders, you know, losers like that, Brad, just want to keep throwing it out there, keep using it. I mean, you know the typical, you know, that stereotypical phrase, liberalism, the problem, or socialism. The problem with socialism is eventually you'll run out of everybody else's money, and that's the case. I mean, the free market, what our founding fathers envisioned and set forth for us, wasn't a cradle to the grave existence where your government, you You, my friends, you are too stupid to make decisions for yourself. You need to leave this important stuff up to the libtards. I mean, liberals. I mean, Democrats. Beer to CB, ready to blow the head off your cock. Put it to a new meaning. That put it to a meaning. Oh yeah, he's still over there. He's on a timeout. There was too much cockfuckery going on. Rich from Massachusetts here and not at work. That's weird. Rich, now that looks amazingly delicious. It was pretty damn good, and I know in your area you should have no problems finding that. Smile Money, are you talking about the NFL? The players' union supported the knee protesters. So it's like saying you only like nice communists. Well, Smile Money, I belong to, like, was it the second or third largest union in the United States, and no, I don't support any unions. I personally think my union and every union I've ever heard, they're all fucking libtards, James. I just know, I mean, we've been getting a lot of door knockers, and I know as soon as someone knocks on the door and it says DFL, ALC, or whatever the hell the different ones are around here, if they're endorsing the candidate, I know they're a fucking Democrat loser, and they just want to cradle to grave me. So get the fuck off my porch. Rich, you sure know how to decorate. Love the background on this one. I have to find some of that 1050 for sure. That one looks awesome times 12. Yeah, and being that one of your neighbors, Stephen Bush, can get 1050, I know you can get 1050. Gunwild, top 20, bitches. Rich again, Fumaster 12. Damn, a 10. Gotta go find one of these to try it out. Hopefully it'll hit my first milestone soon. I'm going to celebrate with a delicious stout. Another fine review, brother. Cheers, my friend. As you should, Rich. Gunwild, I saw that Hornet Fixer jump ship over at the Deplorables. Yep. Jim decided that there was just too much activity going on, too many missed messages, and just wanted to leave the group. I have to honestly say that just setting your notifications to 0 and interacting when you can, I would have preferred that as opposed to another place that I get to hang out with one of my favorite family members, because Jim has basically, for the most part, not been a friend for years. He's family. But yes, Jim left the Deplorables, but of course he's welcome back at any time that he wants to. So let's see, what does Gunwild say? I saw that Hornet Fixer jump ship over at the Deplorables, and Jay is a sick motherfucker. Yeah, see, when I threw Jay in as a inductee into the Deplorables, it was never a thought in my brain, can Jay handle the Deplorables? It was more like, can the Deplorables handle Jay? Malty. So that nice, sweet thickness at the beginning. I'm actually kind of surprised for a new Belgium brewery. This is honestly one of the better ones. Gunwild, I turn my volume on my phone at bedtime. I turn off my phone at my bedtime because of all the shenanigans from the Deplorables. The stuff that you guys send out at 7 or 8 a.m. is my 4 or 5 a.m. Then Jay tells me he can mute turning on the volume. All right, works for me. I have mine on 24/7. Jay says, but Gunwild doesn't. As a side note, I personally, Android-based phones have, I don't remember what they call it, quiet time or whatever. My phone automatically, every night at 10 o'clock until when I get up, so roughly, I think I have it set for 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. In that time period, my phone will make no noises. You can text me 327 times at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I will not hear a single one of those messages until I wake up in the morning and see that I have 327 messages. It's just, it does it automatically, and I have it set for 7 days a week. Jesus Christ, speaking of that, that's the deplorables right now. So, that and the Galaxy Watch actually has its own version of that called sleep mode. And when it's in sleep mode, because it is constantly monitoring your, it takes steps, heart rate, that kind of thing. And another thing that it does is when you look at it, oh look, the deplorables again. Typically, if you're not being in the middle of an onslaught from the deplorables, when you put it in, who is the problem maker right now? Oh, at least it's not. At least it's not. Brad sending out 327 pictures. It's actually Wade and Ed talking back and forth. I wore this, Ed. This is my rally shirt right now. Ed is back in the hospital, and they had to do a cardiac catheter to remove some old fluid lingering around from his surgery. So, and from the picture, he's still there. Cardiac diet. Well, you're probably eating. You probably eat, well, depends on how you look at it. You might be eating better than I am, because I am sticking to at least the vegetarian diet. So, Ed, back in the hospital. Prayers go out, guys. Rally for Ed, as always. Multi-Gunman, I'm here. What's new? Not a hell of a lot. Jenny Concho, another friend review. But I have to go. The deplorables is calling out to me. You wanted it. Hops and lead, Steve. I don't know about dragon's milk, but I got some snake milk for you. Pass on that. Zeus. We have been fighting to get more rights back in Texas and have a badass governor. You could have your own, very own gun range here and shoot as far as you damn well please. I would like that. I know I constantly take a ripping from a few people, like Small Money, but for me, it's not as easy as, I mean, a few of my friends, like, say, for instance, that one guy, what was his name now? Oh yeah, Alex 357, Mr. The Zen Master of just disappear from everybody. Even when you do a video chat, just turn your camera on and don't say anything or talk to us. But whatever. To be able to just like step out your back door and shoot whenever you want. wow, would that be so much easier, Smile Money, to make a frickin' video. For me, it's 43 to 47 minutes one way to get up to the property and shoot. So, and then you just don't know what the world is going to be like, because in this area, I can drastically change. Like, for instance, this morning there was cars with over an inch of snow on them, and they were from up over the hill, which is kind of typical of what happens. I always get saved because I live really close to Lake Superior, and there's a big change of elevation in less than a. If I got in my truck right now, in less than 5 minutes, I would almost double, my elevation. And so the people, I heard one person talking, it's like, oh, you should come outside and see my car right now. Well, they lived up over the hill, and I live close to the lake. A lot of times, when it comes to summer, that hurts us because I get more rain than people up over the hill. And on the other hand, a lot of times I will, if it's lake effect anything, lake effect snow, oh yeah, I'll get pummeled and someone may not. But a lot of times that big body, I mean, if you track radar, I mean, it's not like a big hobby for me. I'd rather track, that. But if you track radar, when a big storm approaches, a lot of times it's like going, oh my God, look at that. It's heading through the South Dakota. It's cutting a kitty corner right through Minnesota, and it's going to hit the head of the lakes area, my area, and we're just going to get blasted. And all of a sudden, as it approaches that environment of Lake Superior, it's like the storm just goes, and it either turns and follows the south side of the lake, or it kind of breaks up and goes around the lake. And that happens more often than not. And so sometimes really terrible weather doesn't happen in this area because of that lake. But yes, Zeus, I would love to be able to step out my back door. Basically what I'm saying is I've had scenarios where it was perfect here and raining at the shack and never rained here. I've also had scenarios where the more common one is it's literally 70 degrees or less here. I think the biggest switch I've ever personally seen was like 40 degrees. A 40-degree difference between leaving my house and hitting the shack. So 1 minute you're comfortable, and then by the time you get up there, it's like shooting in a sauna. Zeus, hey Google, do you want to argue about something?
According to Wikipedia, in logic and philosophy, an argument is a series of statements, called the premises or premises, intended to determine the degree of truth of another statement, the conclusion.
That was deep.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Zeus again.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Then shut the fuck up. Are you still listening?
You have my full attention.
Okay, well stop listening. Seriously, knock it off. Zeus. Thanks, Zeus. Zeus. I had to call and chat with Walmart store manager yesterday to explain that denying me the sale of the beer after seeing my 37-year-old ID because my 39-year-old girlfriend didn't have hers is how you drive away business. They will be making some changes in training. I was told, insert expletive here. Like bullshit or what? Hops and lead. What do you do if you're 50 plus and want to do a career change? Question mark. Geriatric porn. Steve again. If that SIG 10mm is a stainless slide and frame, take it to get bead blasted and satin rub the flats on the slide. Yeah, Steve, there's a that was kind of the idea when I bought it. It was like, okay, I don't this isn't exactly what I want, but it's a 10mm, and I personally want to own all of them. And I don't know if I have a reputation of being a 10mm fan, but since XD came out with the 4.25 and the 5.5 XDM chambered in 10mm, I have received emails, texts, messenger messages, video links, smoke signals, and carrier pigeon from just about everybody that knows me. Thank you, everybody, for showing me a gun that I cannot afford, but absolutely would buy one. I had no problems with my XD M45. The only reason that I sold it is because I needed some money, and it's still made. So if I want to replace it, I can replace it. Having said that, I would now love to be able to replace it in a 10mm. Unfortunately, I'd probably have to buy two of them because Christine wants the XDM in 10mm also. Stephen, XD blows. Yes, I carried a 45 tactical model standard XD for 5 years before going Glock. Question though for you, Steve, is I disagree with the whole premise that it blows, because even though it was in my pants most of the time, I never once got blown by my XD. As a matter of fact, when I started to date Christine, the only pistol that I owned at that moment in time was my XD45, because I foolishly tried to do the right thing and not have a foreclosure on my house, even though the hooker I used to be married to did everything she could to destroy the house. So when people came to see it, they were like, why would I want to own this place? I never had a problem with my XD. Then when the XDM came out, I thought that it had gotten better, and I love the ergonomics. And I have to honestly say, especially after watching Don's video, Such, the ergonomics between an XDM10 and the G20 look far superior to user creature comforts in the XDM. I could guarantee you, at least with my hand, it's probably not as much of a difference, but one of the reasons that Christine sold her XDM, she had a bitone, she sold it because she used to shoot it quite a bit, and she actually used it when she for qualifying for her concealed carry license, but she had a huge problem with the size, you know, the size of the grip, because it's a 45 double stack, and she shot, you know, I saw it in the video, you know, it doesn't really look like a Glock anymore. My G20R for race, you know, more like Eric's call it an ER, G20ER, Eric's version of a race gun, and she shot that and actually liked it, even though I think she probably knew it was a Glock because she'd watched me build it. But you put the XDM in her hand, and it would definitely feel like a smaller gun. But I always value Steve's opinion, because he does methodically think a lot of things through, unlike some people. What was your? I mean, now you said XD. Maybe I'll give you that. I would not buy an XD again. When the XDMs are out there. And if you ask me why, it's the same as when we do a beer. Not this one, but like Like, for instance, why, let's just say that this is anything other than this, so I don't want to, I'm not giving up on the E scale yet. Let's just say that this one beer was $10. And for my $10 bill, I can buy like 20 beers that are better. There's nothing wrong with this one, but I can get 20 more that are better. And that's kind of how I feel about the XDs. I thought it was a great gun. Never had a single problem with it. I fucking pounded the shit out of that thing. I treated that thing like a cheap hooker. And I even tried, you know, limp wristing it, getting it to 30-something degrees below zero and seeing how it would function. Shitty ammo, good ammo, and it just went and went and went. But I like my XDM. A friend of mine actually has it now, and I hope he's really enjoying those awesome Trichicon Heine straight 8 sights, which is exactly why I don't ever want to let go of my the Ruger Commander that I got from Ed, because I had those exact sights on there. They're super sights. Super! Steve again, laugh out loud. Those $330 full-sized M&P on ClassicFirearms.com. I don't know why you're laughing. Steve again. So I sleep during the day since I work at night. Nothing like waking up to 117 notifications on Messenger. All I have to say is honk honk kitty kitty. Wade, sorry, but I can't help but notice you're adjusting your crotch area an awful lot. Has Joey had all of his shots?
Hi.
Hi.
Where's the walk?
Oh, for God. The walk.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, we don't have to take a break. We can just harass her and keep the camera running.
No.
Hey, look, the dog made it down the stairs. Good job, Shelby. You didn't die. Maybe with the the cone of shame that she's wearing right now, she'd make it down the stairs without a neck injury.
Okay, I can't get this out of here.
Do I have to come over there?
Do you know where my little, I don't know where it is.
It's right here.
No, my stir thing for the fried rice.
Your stir thing?
Yeah, you know, my stir.
The utensil?
Yeah, that.
It's probably not in the basement. It's probably in a drawer.
Well, I hope so, because I have no idea where it is. I hate when I put stuff away so good on myself I can't remember.
Real or fake? Okay. Get the vote in.
I gotta go finish cooking dinner.
Is it vegetarian or vegan? That'd be vegan stir fry, wouldn't it?
Vegan. No oil, no nothing.
I can't wait. Ed's back in the hospital, by the way.
Is he? What's the matter?
Had to get some fluids around his heart removed from the previous surgery. So that's why I'm wearing the rally shirt. I have my underwear on sideways just for Ed.
Tell me that when you came home.
I didn't know when I came home.
I thought maybe you did and you just weren't sharing.
I'll share.
I'm hoping that Angelina will have a speedy recovery.
And they put him on a cardiac diet.
Oh, God.
You know what? He's still
He
eating.
must just be on my diet.
He's still eating better than us.
Listen, I'll be over soon.
I don't have a problem with it. You're the one that has a problem with it.
I have a problem with everything when people try to tell me to do something
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't want to do.
That's the problem.
Yeah, well,
If it was your fucking idea to be a vegan, it'd be a great one.
Yeah.
When someone comes to you and says, you need to be vegan, fuck you. That's what you must have been thinking about in your dream the other night.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's what... Maybe I was arguing with
You know,
my doctor.
I think we've had this conversation before. If I put a camera up for when she sleeps...
We should. It would be entertaining.
She told someone to go fuck themselves the other night. All I heard was, "Fuck you!"
You know what's...
Wow.
Aren't you glad I do that in my sleeping hours and not my waking hours?
Yeah, at least I didn't get face pounded.
I'd be the godmother.
And she starts moving around. You know, how many of you who have the significant other on either that side or that side just cringe because you're waiting for a hand to the face and then you see those stars even though it's pitch black?
Listen, I punched you one time long ago. I told you I was sorry. It was in my sleep.
See, evidence. Officer, she punched me.
I'm not going to jail for that.
You can't take me.
Speaking of jail, I can't say too much about this, but do you know that we get prisoners at the hospital and clinic?
Yeah. I think one time that we were there.
I saw my very first one today.
Prisoner?
Up close and personal.
Wow. They look like Mario?
He was in orange.
In a jumpsuit?
Yes. And you know how like you see in the movies, this is no shit. You know how they have them handcuffed, but you know how they have those chain links for the feet, so they can only they waddle like a duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And I was really trying hard not to stare because I didn't want to piss the dude off because he looked really mean.
He's like, I cut you.
Like breathe the wrong way and I'll cut you, kill you, whatever.
Did you wave to him?
No. I smiled.
It's like, did you do that?
Did you
do the princess thing? The queen wave?
No.
How did you see him? You're like not on the beaten path. You must have been not.
I was on the beaten path today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Going down to get some coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. They tuck her away in the corner.
I used to have my own office.
It's like high security and shit.
And security guards.
Put it this way, I've never even seen the inside of her office.
Nor will you ever. Nor will anybody. Ever.
I had a badge. Actually, it's hanging out in the garage. At one point in time, I could have opened your door because I had access to everywhere.
There's a lot of contractors down there doing all kinds of work.
Since then, revoked. Actually, I think it was only good for a year.
Probably. Unless you're, down there for longer and then they have to.
I don't know why the girl wouldn't let me take the picture like this.
Yeah. Because that's just so nice and friendly and welcoming.
Yeah.
That's what they, portray down there. That's what they shoot for.
Want to try this?
It looks like pee.
Hemp beer. We gotta get DG in on this one. HEMPEROR.
Emperor?
HEMPEROR.
For reals?
It's the HEMPEROR. Yeah, there he is right there, all covered in hemp.
Wow.
Not an IPA, it's an HPA.
He must be a happy dude.
Hey, want to try my nuts? They're salty.
No.
So, no, see, here's how I do
I
it.
don't want this wasaba.
You take 2 of these, life hack, and 2 of these, and grind them up together. Habanero, wasabi.
Okay. I gotta clean this out and then you finish up so that we can have our nice, wonderful vegan meal.
Hey Shelby, want to come and show everybody how you're not socially acceptable? Because you're bad? Come here.
She says, I am the queen of the doggy world.
Come here. I think she's also about 90% deaf right now. Here, let's show everybody what happens when you're bad.
She's got that look on her face like,
fuck you.
Fucker.
You like your little... Oh, look at what happens. But this is what happens when you won't stop licking.
I came home today and she had the collar switched around and the bandage up. I swear to God, she's like Houdini.
Here, Shelbs. Shelbs, hey.
Mama don't have nothing.
Shelby! Shelby!
Shelves!
See, I told you, she can't hear shit. Shelby.
Well, you can't really hear anything with that on.
Here. See if she wants my nuts.
Ouch.
Mm.
Yeah, don't give her anymore. I gotta feed her dinner.
tell me what to do. Okay, I won't give her any more.
Do you really want to push the boundaries? It's bad enough that I have to cook this shit and eat it.
No, I'll get you back in your sleep.
You gonna punch me? You do, because all those times I kind of half wake up and say something to you, you tell me to shut up and go back to bed, so, you know.
For anybody new, some of the favorite stuff is called fucking with Christine when she's sleeping. She, like, actually can physically get up, get out of bed, come out, have a conversation with you, and not recall any of it the next day. Upon discovering that, you should have seen the look on Samantha's face when Samantha moved in with us.
I scared that poor child.
Me and Sam were sitting in the office enjoying a bowl of popcorn. She comes out of the bedroom after being asleep for like an hour, maybe 2 hours. It was like a Friday or a Saturday night. So
it was a Friday night. I was really tired. I went to bed early, and you guys decided to stay up.
She gets up and she's just like, "What in the hell are the two of you doing eating popcorn, blah, blah, blah." And I go, "Shut the fuck up and go back to bed." And she does. And Sam's like, and I go, "Don't worry. Let's recheck this tomorrow." The following morning she gets up, "Hey, good morning, Sam. How's it going?" And I go, "Hey, good morning." And it's like, "Did you sleep okay?" "Yeah." "Okay. What do you remember?" "Well, I was really tired and I went to bed." "Anything in between?" "Nope." Looked at Sam, like, "Told ya."
Yeah, and after that point, she always thought it was funny. But there was one time I really was wide awake and just had my pajamas on, and I was yelling at her to get to bed because it was getting late and she had to take a test the following day, and I wanted to make sure she got some sleep. That time I was not walking around sleeping and talking. And then she said, "Oh, Chris, shut up." I'm like, "Oh, Sam, I'm awake."
She's like, "Oops."
Oops. She just had that, oh. On that note, don't stay up too late and good luck on your test. Okay, thanks.
You gotta know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to tell Chris to shut the fuck up.
Your daughter.
Okay, so this would have only been an hour-long brew review. Holy shit, look at all the comments yet.
I don't know why you read them.
Because I enjoy reading them.
Well, how much longer are you going to be? Half an hour?
No, it cannot go a half an hour. That'd be in record territory. I have to get this all wrapped up in, say, the next 10 minutes. Will Shelby make it without falling?
So far, so good. Yay, Shelby, bring it up the stairs.
Oh, Wade, since I am so forthcoming with you guys all the time, and Wade noticed, let's just say this. Don't cut hot peppers and then a half an hour before the brew review. Don't cut hot peppers and then scratch your left nut. Yeah, that's transferring the hot pepper oil to your sack. Just as a... Yeah, but thanks for noticing, Wade. Wade, when what you eat can put you in a coma, destroy your kidneys, make you go blind, and not mention almost $2,000 a month in diabetes, meds, insulin, and get your mind right. See, proper diets. I mean, stopping this would really help. Tardisius, dragon's milk sounds good. Even better with a large porterhouse steak. Cowbell. You have no idea, my friend. Okay, so every single time so far it's been a different one. James Kronk. It's like... Jolson, my P220 doesn't have a hydro dip. Laugh out loud. Eat a dick. Mine is stainless steel with the rosewood grips. You need more cowbell and shots. Standing in for shots today is 3 wasabi and 3 habanero. Yes, Jolson, your P220 looks exactly how I want mine to look. But mine is under there. Jolson, going through multiple concrete walls, my signal in the garage to stream is garbage. See, I don't know if my Asus router, and you were asking about it, and I sent him pictures of it, was very good. The problem with the safe room, as in gun safe, not as in I go there and cry. It used to be a coal room, and then it was turned into where the big oil tank was for an oil-fired boiler, which was in this house when I bought it, and then I converted it over to natural gas. This area was a little bit of a problem, but my Asus, which actually sat, you've been here, Jolson, so you know, my Asus actually sat under everything in the entertainment system, and I had no problems getting a signal out at my truck. When that was the problem, is it was right on the verge, and that's like, and you've seen my backyard, so you know that signal is basically going from the front of my house, through the backyard, all the way out to the alley. Now, concrete, that's going to be a completely different beast. I have no guarantees that my router is going to work, but at the time, which it's now 2 years old, was one of the most powerful ones. At the time, it was the most expensive one that they had up at Best Buy. So if you give it a try, that's completely up to you. I mean, if it doesn't work out, like I said, you're the only option. The only problem that I've had since switching over to the Nighthawk is that the Liberty Safe system cannot communicate with the Nighthawk X10. I communicated, I got a message back from Liberty Safe, and they said, yeah, we've been told that the Nighthawk doesn't work. What you need to do is piggyback your router, your old router, with your new router. Well, my old router doesn't work, even though that should be a pass-through on the cat line, but it doesn't work. It will not work as the piggybacked router. I gave Samantha a router, and she updated to the same one, the Nighthawk, and she's going to give me her old one, and I'm literally going to plug it in right here behind the computer. Thank you. And so the router will be sitting, 5 feet away from the safe, and I'll be able to use the system. I should be able to use the system that way. That one should be able to piggyback perfectly off of it. So either way, if you want to experiment, I got it for you. Jolson, next time we meet, you can have the 1050 and a jar of peaches. I would love that. Mr. Holster, minute 32, the veggie diet must be speeding up your metabolism. I hope so. J-Dog here. J-Dog, the fucking rain. Jeez. No shit. That's all it's done. It's really fucked up our job. Hempy. My friend Mike Gillian, you did Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Stout from New Holland 3 years ago, and did Dragon's Milk Reserve 4 years ago. Okay, so it's been a while. I mean, I probably gave it a pretty decent rating, but after having that, and then having several other things over the last 3 to 4 years, I realized that the Dragon's Milk didn't impress me as much as some other stuff did. But this batch, Mike, if you can find it, just pour a bottle of bourbon into it and you will be happy. Now, as a matter of fact, just throw the Dragon's Milk away and put a straw in the bourbon barrel, bourbon bottle, or vodka. I know you prefer vodka. Mike again. Breast milk shake tastes good. Mike again. That's like my Snowflake Savage rifle. I love it, but need to buy a wood stock for it. That was a fucking. If I would have had the money, I would have just bought that from my buddy. I mean, I could have gotten an even better deal than Snowflake Melter allowed it for it. But you're absolutely right. You put that action into a nice wooden stock. But tell you, Mike, go ahead and answer this question, my friend. For what it is, that has a pretty impressive trigger in it. Bearded CB, see what we can do on the radio network. Thank you. Bearded CB, oh, I keep forgetting. If I ever make it up that way, I will have to remember to bring some kraut for you. Oh yeah, and I'll go get some chorizo, or anything really. Beer brats. Smile Money. Your concern over Kavanaugh? 3 words: Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I hope nothing happens to her. Beard CB. Sounds like you lost your wallet at a party. No wonder you asked Google locations to get KY. Laugh out loud. Just kidding. Don't have Christine beat me up. Sharky, on the right video. Fun fact about vegan crap. Avocados aren't vegan because in farming most of these bees are moved from their homes to pollinate the avocado plants. So the next time you see a vegan douche eat avocado or whatever, go tell him the fact. Sharky. When I'll get over there, I'll make Brussels sprouts in the Indonesian way. Peel, walk 'em, trust me. My friend, Ramco, some of the recipes and shit that I have seen you prepare. I mean, when you're like drooling looking at the pictures, if I know anybody that could get me to eat a Brussels sprout and like it. Now, having said that, I did say it's been 30 or 40 years, probably more than 40 years since I have had a Brussels sprout. But I think I Carry One summed it up best when, if it smells like ass, why would you want to eat it? DFC. Love this beer. 2 or 3 of them and you're good to go with a cigar, or 3 as well. Just keep drinking them and smoking cigars. DFC, cheers my friend. Small Money. I wonder how they milk a dragon. Like this. And then run away. Then, since there is alcohol involved, can they tell which dragon is male and which one is female? Thank you. Perfect timing phone. Ben N, we need a brew review today. Mr. Holster, move to Texas as long as you are not in Austin, you will be happy. I've heard that. Mr. Holster, well, with all the cheese, you would have been healthier with a steak. One of your steaks, because there's no bullshit, no pun intended, involved. Oh, look, it's the deplorables. Oh, it's Steve, the latest, one of the newest members of the deplorables. Mr. Holster, I'm pretty sure when you when I show up, you will be there. Wow, I'm that predictable. Then again, we are talking to a security specialist. Mr. Holster, we got a couple of inches of snow last night. Over the hill they did. I had what would be more or less described as a slushy buildup on the hood of my truck. Mr. Holster, now he has 2 brews going and will never finish. Where the fuck did this all start? Mr. Holster, it's all the processed crap in the bread that will kill you. It's the processed crap in anything. I'm hitting the I Heart Club button. Holy Matt Davis. Blindfold sounds kinky. I have no idea what I said, but if it's me and you, it sounds disgusting. Unless you're in the Brokeback Mountain. Then you'll having fun and I'll have this look. And Keck, back from the mountain compound just in time for the I Heart Club. Bam. Johnny Concho, I Heart Club makes me feel warm inside. I got something that I'd love to see if she liked it when she felt, never mind. Gunwild, cheers I Heart Club. Cheers Gunwild, cheers Johnny. Smile Money, yes sir, made it in time. This is when you sign up for giving free breast exams to women. Smile Money, the beer is reviewed, the comments are read, now it's time for some... No. Oh my god. And then there was 2, and they're both Joey, with an Aunt Keck in there. Joey Cuz, hey Smile Money, I have some nipples that you can try and milk. Joey, oh, it's I Heart Club time. Okay, well, this all just went longer than planned, but, you know, we got a visit from Christine and a visit from Shelby, who is in doggy prison, because she won't... Okay, we've tried antihistamines. We've gone to the vet. We've tried antihistamines. We've changed her food. We've tried to give her a better diet. Trust me, if you've ever been here and know how me and Christine interact, I don't think her life is stressful. She's the only animal in the house that I'm aware of. But all of a sudden, in the last, what is it, 8 months now, she just, if she isn't licking this paw, she's licking this paw, and she licks it until they fester and bleed, and she's even managed to get around. See, we didn't want to do the whole full-on cone of shame, and so we tried this one, which she actually utilizes. She, like, instead of using the pillow on the couch, she now uses that. But she can still manage to get that up and around and lick, just not as much as she used to. Or you would right there. So hemp beer. I'm just gonna have to send a link to Hemp Seed Addict. Maybe she can give this a try. Mr. Holster. I don't know how much more empty you want that. God damn it. Every single one of these gets longer. The HEMPEROR from New Belgium. I'm actually kind of liking this. It is a completely different She just saw Joey's penis. This is a completely different beast. An HPA 7% though, so it's got that going for it. Yeah, maybe I can smash this again, so when the first one grows out to the end of the nail, the next one can too. Yeah, I love construction. Not really. Want to get out of it. Where am I going to put HEMPEROR? It's definitely worth giving a try. As of right now, probably the best thing I've ever had from New Belgium. I'm still not going to give it a 10. I'm going to toss this 8.5. 8.75. Maybe an 8.9. Not a 9, but maybe an 8.9. Just, just shy. But if you're going to go out in life, I think that's maybe the way to go right there. Actually, it kind of looks like Stephen Bush. Come on, stop focusing on her. This camera sucks. Oh yeah. Hempseed Addict. What do you think? Enjoy, bye. Jesus, this camera sucks. I hate this camera. I should try doing a few of these with... Wow, that's easy to decipher. Used by 5369609 SEP18, and then let's just skip all that shit at the bottom of it. So, okay guys. Probably, I might or I might not be here tomorrow. Probably not. But locked and loaded and changing of the seasons. What do you do to prepare for the coming of... For me, it's winter, and not all of you go through winter. Jim, on the other hand, last year has a heat pump, and it got cold enough that turned out to be a problem. So, cheers.